for pound champion Errol Spence. As I said, that fight tonight, you didn't win with your size and your strength. You won it with your skills. That was the most impressive display of skills I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of big fights and big fighters. That was really record-breaking. You deserve to be crowned as pound for pound the best fighter in the world. That's what you are, and you have an unbelievable future ahead of you. Dallas, Texas, the U.S., the world can be happy to have somebody like you. And I said to the media before, your era has started. It's the Spence era. The Mayweather era has stopped, has ended. It's your time now. It's your era, and there's so many great fights for you out there. And let's go and get them all. Yes, give it up for the IBF welterweight world champion Errol Spence.
Well, I thank everybody for being here. You know, this has been a long training camp, been frustrating, you know, just me. Everybody know I'm like a low-key guy, so I don't really, you know, talk to a lot of media. Or if I don't have my fight come up, you're not going to see me. Or you might just see me at a fight or things like that. But, you know, I'm not on the scene like that. And, you know, it was kind of hard for me because it's something new, trying to sell these pay-per-view buys because, you know, you got to be more outspoken. You got to, you know, you got a lot of press obligations. You got to go out of town and things like that. You know, that was kind of frustrating, especially in the last week of training camp where you're trying to make weight and they got you, you know, keep coming to the stadium, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing that. You know, it just got frustrating. So even at the press conference, I lashed out a lot. And then a lot of people, you know, a lot of so-called experts was writing me off saying, you know, Mikey's a smarter boxer, you know, or I can't box, I can't do this, I can't do that. So, you know, tonight I just wanted to show that, you know, I do have, you know, boxing ability. I can box. I can use my jab. You know, I do have high boxing IQ. You know, it's not, you know, it's a reason why, you know, I was an Olympian and had over 30 international competition and had success on the international level as an amateur. So I just wanted to prove that tonight. And, you know, I think I did that.
Any questions?
I did hear that they was planning on stopping the fight. His brother was, but you know, Mikey wanted to keep going. You know, Mikey has a lot of heart. You know, I think he prided himself on being, you know, a tough, you know, Mexican fighter. You know, they're born and bred just for, you know, big hearts. So you know, he didn't want to stop it. And I was kind of surprised he was taking the shots, but then again, you know, he's a veteran. You know, he didn't spar, you know, since a little kid with, you know, top guys. You know, Evan Valero and, you know, other guys. So I knew that, you know, he has good composure, has good fundamentals, and have good ability. So his defense was on point. So a lot of shots, you know, he started picking off. And I think, you know, in the later rounds, he kind of went in, you know, survival mode and kept just doing enough just to, you know, stand the fight a little bit.
Right over here. Errol, good afternoon. Congratulations. This is your official coronation as the best boxer in the world, pay-per-view star going forward. How do you rate Mikey now as far as all the opponents that you have faced overall now in your professional career? Where do you rate him as far as difficulty?
I feel like he wasn't difficult at all. You know, I got to credit my coach. You know, just, you know, great game plan. Like, you know, I told people that, you know, they were going to see a different side of me. You know, they were going to see a guy that, you know, did have high boxing IQ. I just felt insulted, you know, just throughout the whole training camp where people were saying that he was smarter than me, and I felt insulted that, you know, a lot of these reporters here was agreeing with him. And, you know, a lot of these, you know, Hall of Fame fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard and other guys was, you know, going for Mikey Garcia when, you know, his own ethnic group was going for him. And top guys like Marquez and other people like that, Marco Antonio Barrera, was going for Mikey Garcia, but you got guys like Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson, you know, going for Mikey Garcia or saying Mikey Garcia was going to win. So, you know, that kind of rubbed me wrong too. But, you know, I rate Mikey. Mikey's still good, man. Mikey still can go down. He's a great fighter. He showed a lot of heart, you know, just for taking this fight and staying in the fight too. So, you know, it's nothing but respect for Mikey Garcia. You know, I just felt, you know, throughout the whole press tour and things like that, that was a little bit too arrogant.
Congratulations, Errol. The game plan was so simple, it's almost like a 1-2 the entire night. When you first started to break him down, did you see that right away, or was it something that you worked with Derek on in training camp and kind of watching film, came up with that?
It's something we worked on. It just naturally, I had the longer reach, so the fastest way to get to your opponent is with a straight punch, so it's the jab. And that's my lead hand. So we wanted to work off the jab. I've been having a great jab, and we wanted to work off the jab and then break them down from there. So that's what we did. And a lot of times, like a lot of people don't understand, like with game, if you watch Mikey Garcia, like a lot of times he jump in with his punches or he loads up with his right hand. So an easy step back with a jab can offset that. And that's something that, we just broke down and just learned in camp. And, my coach made it to my attention. And, we just followed the game plan. It worked out well.
Errol, was there anything about this fight that did concern you? Like you talked about Mikey being so confident or arrogant. Did it at all, create any kind of doubts in you about what this fight was going to be?
It didn't concern me at all. It actually put a chip on my shoulder. If he wasn't so arrogant, he probably might have caught me off guard a little bit. But, with his arrogance and, his brother and, his brothers and everybody else. And I watch everything on YouTube when I'm fighting my opponent. So when I see people, saying different things and how they was going to beat me easy, he has more power than me, he's stronger than me, he's faster than me, his footwork's better than me, his boxing IQ better than me. He put a big chip on my shoulder. He made me really lock in training camp and, do what I did, basically, outclass him.
And similarly, you get Manny Pacquiao to step in the ring, and basically he's a 10 years older version of Mikey Garcia. So can you honestly say, knowing what you know about your own skill, that would be a competitive, good fight?
Well, it's definitely a competitive fight. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao, he's blood and guts. So that'd definitely be a great fight. He's a future Hall of Famer, and he's on his way out, and I definitely give him that retirement check that he's been needing.
Mr. Spence, congratulations on your victory tonight. I'd like to know, I'm probably one of the few in here that gave Garcia the second and the third round. Coming into the fourth round, it seemed like you exhibited all that pissed offness that you shared and then just went to destroying this guy. What was different coming out from the third round to the fourth round?
I'm just working off the game plan. We wanted to fill him out through the rounds and, see how he was going to come. And then the fourth round, I feel like I could get him. But I didn't get him the fourth round, so I, went back to throwing my jab and picking him off. And then I tried to go get him again. And, I just couldn't get him out of there. So, I tried to press on the gas, but, it wasn't a man down tonight.
In that seventh and eighth round, that's when you really try to put it to him? It looked like you was really trying to dig deep with body punches?
Yeah, I was trying to stop him with either his corner or stop the fight, but they wasn't budging. And I was like, damn.
Good fight out of you.
Errol right here. Congratulations. Tremendous performance from you tonight. If you can't get Manny Pacquiao, and who know, he says he's going to fight in July. I'm not sure if he'll fight you or somebody else.
I'm ready in July.
You ready in July?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you can't get Manny Pacquiao, and it's going to be probably more his call necessarily.
We'll smoke Sean too.
Say again?
Say I'll smoke Sean too.
Well, I was going to ask you. So, if you can't get Manny next, is it Porter that you want? Is it Thurman that you
definitely.
want?
I went in the ring and called out Sean Porter when he fought Danny Garcia. He said it was an easy fight to be made, and then next thing you know, he's fighting his mandatory. So Ugas is a tough fighter. He's a great Cuban fighter, but he could have bypassed that and unified, but he didn't want that. So I fought Mikey Garcia, which turned out to be good. So Manny Pacquiao don't want to fight, then I get him that smoke that he been asking for. Thurman said we're not fighting in 2020, so I don't know about Thurman.
Hey Errol, Richard said it's your time now. Just think back, what you've gone through, and to be now the best boxer in fighting, best pound for pound boxer in fighting. What's your thoughts on just where you've come and where you are now?
I'm just humble, man. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice and a lot of times running by myself and just going to the gym with my dad. And for me, I give my mom and my dad all the glory for me being up here, because, before, I had any potential at all, my dad was bringing me to the gym, coming home from work, tired, driving trucks all night, and then coming home from work and taking me to the gym and, basically taking me all over international tournaments and buying hotels and rental cars and, investing his time and money and, not being able to, be with my other siblings or come to their events because, he was focused on me. So, it's been a lot of sacrifice from, not me, my family and, my mother, my father, my siblings, my coach and things like that. Back when I was an amateur and I wasn't making $1. So, it's very humbling, and that's why I work so hard and I stay focused and stay dedicated, because I know just as much time that I put in this and sacrifice, it's my family put in as much time and sacrifice a lot with me too.
Errol, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Hey, you said Mikey Garcia was going to win too.
I did. Errol, you proved me wrong.
I told you I watch everything. I watch everything.
I'm flattered that you care.
I watch everything. I told you that. I told Mikey that I watch everything.
I asked this of Richard. The bottom line is the other PBC welterweights. You know who they are: Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner, and Keith Thurman. They've all fought each other. They have not fought you. In your heart of hearts, based on tonight, do you think any of them will step up now? And what about the second part of the question, the specter of one Terrence Crawford?
I think they will, because the money's right now. Like I always say on Twitter, you always see me post tables turn. A lot of these guys didn't want to fight when I was calling them out when they 13-0, and you look at all them YouTube videos with Sean Porter saying he's not looking at me. He never wanted to fight me. He wanted to fight Danny Garcia and things like that. But now, everybody's, everybody energy changed, and now, guys want to fight me and things like that because, I'm turning into the money man. We can get there too.
Hey, EJ, congratulations to you, Derek, Mr. Spence. How much fun were you having out there? Because it looked like you went to Orthodox for a second, if I'm not mistaken. I know you work on that in the gym. And was this the one-sided massacre you were looking for?
I was looking for the stoppage, but, it didn't happen. But, I was having fun in there. I felt good, like I said, and, just fighting at home and, fighting in front of my family, friends, and, my people from the city. They was just, it was great, and just have everybody come out and just a warm welcome and, coming out to, local guys I grew up with, Yellow Bees and Trap Boy Freddie, and, coming out with the Lancaster band, so, it was just great, just getting that warm welcome in and just fighting in front of, 40-some thousand plus of, my fans.
Errol, Valencia King, KKVI BCTV, congratulations on the win. You just kind of touched on my question about the community support, but during the week you actually got to stand face-to-face with your supporters. What was that interaction for you like?
It was great. Just standing face-to-face with them, and, I don't get mad, especially when a lot of, Spanish people from Dallas, rep for Mikey Garcia and want Mikey Garcia to win, because it's understandable. Mexicans have a lot of pride, and they have a lot of pride in their flag and, and their ethnicity. So, I respect them for, going with their guy, just like me. Andre Ward fighting Kovalev, I'm going for Andre Ward. Terrence Crawford fighting American, I'm going for Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna go for my guys just like they're gonna go for their guys. So, I respect them for that. And, they was never distasteful. Of course, sometimes I got booed and things like that, but it was never ugly or somebody saying something ugly or things like that. So, I have nothing but respect for them, and hopefully, I won them over as fans too. I just tell them never get complacent, because it's easy to get complacent, especially when you start earning money or start getting a lot of notoriety, and don't let stay with your feet on the ground, because when you're that top amateur and people are hyping you up and telling you this, and you win Prospect of the Year and you beating people easily, you can always get complacent and stop training hard, or you get more money. Like Marvin Hagler said, he said it's hard to wake up. When he said something, when it's hard to wake up when when you're sleeping on silk sheets. Yep, on silk pajamas. So, you have to keep that chip, or you got to keep that underdog mentality, and that's what I always keep, the underdog mentality. Even if I know I'm going to win, I know I'm going to beat this guy easy, I always, psych myself out mentally where, I just find a reason, either on YouTube or anywhere, I find a reason why, I'm going to train harder and focus and things like that. So that's why a lot of times when I'm fighting my opponent, I watch things that they say, and it just psychs me out, and it's like, man, I'm gonna punish this dude.
Hey, Errol, congratulations. My question is, out of all the fighters out there, regardless of affiliation, who do you think is the one that's going to give you the toughest challenge?
See, I had to think too.
I don't know. I don't think nobody. I mean, a lot of y'all thought Mikey was gonna give me a huge challenge. I mean, y'all thought I guess I was just a big brute or something, just come forward, But I showed y'all a different element and a different game plan. So, I mean, I really don't know. Like, people was like, "Is Mikey Garcia your hardest fight?" I was like, on paper he is, but I really don't. You got to ask me after the fight, because I really don't know till I get in there with him. So, I don't know yet. I mean, the welterweight division is packed. I mean, you got Terrence Crawford, you got Sean Porter, you got Keith Thurman, you got guys like Ugas, you got a couple guys there, Danny Garcia. So, it's packed and it's a loaded division. So, I mean, any of those fights can be tough, especially if you're not on your A game. So, with me, my job is stay on my A game, stay focused, and whoever I fight next is going to be in trouble because I'm keeping my weight down now too. So, I'm going to have way more energy. I'm standing around 160.
Question for Derek. In what ways do you think Errol showed that he was the superior fighter regardless of size and weight and strength?
It was with the jab. It was the way he controlled the tempo. It was the jab and the way that he controlled the tempo. I listen to a lot of the interviews, and I hear people say how intelligent he is and how great his timing is. And what I thought, and I said to myself, I said, just keep the jab in his face so he'll keep thinking. So he won't even get the opportunity to react because he'll have to deal with the jab in his face. And that was just like really the key element, because if you keep him busy, he won't have time to think. He'll be worried about getting away from the jab, and that's really basically what happened. I mean, the jab broke him down, and that was kind of it.
Errol, you were really loading up at the end of the fight. Did the pressures was there any extra pressure in this being a pay-per-view fight and the way you performed in the ring and the way you wanted to put on a show differently maybe than other fights?
There was no pressure. Like I said, people add more pressure on you than yourself if you allow it. So, with me, we train hard. I was, sparring 15 rounds in camp, going 30-second rest. Like I said, I sparred light heavyweights. I rarely sparred welterweights. Like, it was hard for me to find somebody his size because, a lot of those dudes, I stopped. I beat them up real bad. So, I need somebody. If I'm going to hit them, they're going to hit me back. And I need the more intensity and the thinking more than, sparring a little guy. So, it wasn't hard at all.
And secondly, you noted the very pro Mikey crowd in here. With this being a hometown fight, I mean, is that a chip on your shoulder now moving forward to make sure that, the next time you fight here, it's a lot, more of a pro Spence crowd than it is for the other guy?
I mean, it's like I answered before. I mean, I don't blame, a lot of people, a lot of Spanish people and, ethnicity. I mean, Texas, we have a lot of Mexicans here. And like I said, Mexicans are, very powerful. They're proud of their ethnicity and, they represent, their people. So, I can't get mad because, a Mexican-American supporting another Mexican-American. I mean, that's their ethnicity. So, no, I can't get mad for the support.
And a lot of the Mexicans which were here tonight are going to be Spence fans. And there was not just him wearing the Mexican colors on his jacket, turn around, but I think with his performance tonight, he gained the Mexican fans as well.
Earl, congrats again, man. Just like Richard just said, so does that make you the ultimate A-side, regardless of who you see? You're the new Bod Posh, you're the new shot caller?
I mean, I leave that up to, my management. I can give two cares about A, B, whatever. Like, I come here to fight. It's when we fight, it's one ring, one ref, and it's me and you. So, you know, you walking out first, me walking out last, I don't care. We both gonna get in the ring, and we both got to fight. So, I mean, of course, it's good to be A side because, you know, it's more money on that side. So, for that aspect, yeah. But, I mean, I think I'm the A side with a lot of these guys because a lot of these guys can't, you know, they can't sell anything. Like, even at Frisco, you know, I sold out 15,000 plus, you know, and that was with, you know, somebody nobody knew. So I can't sell tickets, and I sold 15,000 plus by myself. So, I mean, you know, this has been a great event. And like I said, you know, I think going on, I am the A side.
And you hit the nail on the head. 15,000 at Frisco, 47 tonight, and this performance on pay-per-view. Do you think you're officially now the new face of boxing? And is that mantle that Floyd left vacant when he walked away officially yours, or do you think you still need some work to do?
Oh, no, I still got work to do. I still have a lot of work to do, man. Still, you know, a lot of opponents in my weight class. There's still belts out there, you know. So I still got a lot of work to do. I still got to put on, you know, say I'm the best out there right now.
Let's just hold on quickly. I want to ask Mikey up. Mikey is here, so you guys can ask Mikey questions as well. And if you can maybe wait and sit down as well, cool. And so we can, so that we can have both of these great warriors up here. As I said before, you know, Mikey Garcia is and always will be a 4-division world champion. He's a great warrior. Tonight he really showed balls. I've never seen anything like it. A true warrior. And as I said, in the end of the day, sometimes you reach for the stars, you dare to be great. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. But what is important that you try, because if you don't try, you won't get. And that's not just in boxing, that's in any walk of life. Welcome now to 4-division world champion, Mikey Garcia.